Ohio State's conclusion of their season last year, that Michigan Georgia scenario almost gives us a precursor into fans' attitudes in a 12-team playoff. Fans seem to be much more upset about the Georgia game than the Michigan game. It seems to be on their minds much more.
Well, I think the thought being like, but if you win that Georgia game, then that negates the Michigan loss. However, if you beat Michigan, that also negates. there's no Michigan loss to be negated. And we recorded a Buckeye Weekly episode for tomorrow. We recorded it today, and we were talking about the possibility of Ohio State and Michigan playing 2 weeks in a row. And I know some people are totally against it. My belief is we don't know how we're going to feel about it because it's never happened. So we may think we're going to feel one way about it, but once it's here, we're going to feel completely different about it. And you're going to want to win that November game. And then the pain that could come from winning that November game and losing the December game, the Big Ten championship game, that is significant. The pain of losing 2 games in 1 year to that rival, whether it be Ohio State or Michigan, whichever side you're on, would be immense. But then that pain could also go away with a win over that team in the playoffs. So I think there's just a lot of drama that's going to be fun. There's going to be pain. There's going to be opportunities to ease his pain, to draw on the field of dreams there. But I just think there's a lot that will go into it that we think we know, but we don't know until we're in there exactly how we're going to feel in terms of, well, this isn't as big as it used to be, or this regular season game isn't as important as it used to be. I still think there's going to be plenty of scenarios where every moment is important and every moment is life or death.
Do you think that the game should be moved up into the earlier in the season?
No. And I don't even know that I would have a huge issue if it was, because of the back-to-back scenario thing. But I don't think you need to. Other conferences have had back-to-back games, and it hasn't been the end of the world. And no, those weren't Ohio State, Michigan. But I'm not in favor of moving it. It wouldn't be the end of the world for me if it was moved, because I'm one of these people that I kind of like new changes, new things in college football to keep things fresh. I'm not necessarily in favor of that freshness, though. I prefer Ohio State and Michigan where they are. And so I think so does the Big Ten. That's why they've gone to no divisions. That's why they went legends and leaders, because they wanted Ohio State and Michigan to play 2 weeks in a row. The networks want that. So I don't think you'll see it moved unless it. I think it would take both Ohio State and Michigan saying we want it moved, and I don't see that happening.
Yeah, it would be foolish to try to avoid the back-to-back scenario when you're negating the probability many years that game is going to knock one of them out of the Big Ten championship game, and you've negated what that game is currently.
That's it. And you have the opportunity to knock that team out of the Big Ten championship game, or any Big Ten championship game the next week. You have the opportunity to keep that team from making the playoffs. Like they're going to be side quests basically in each of these games that will also add to the importance rather than take away the importance. Now, yeah, you could win 1 week and lose the next week, and that kind of negates things. And I was reminded of the 1992 March Madness. Ohio State beat the Fab Five twice in the regular season and then lost to them in the Elite Eight. And that was devastating. But good on Michigan, because everybody remembers that team for doing that, and nobody really remembers Ohio State for beating Michigan the first 2 times. Once you're in the playoffs, man, you got to win everything, and it's survive and advance, and it doesn't matter whether it's the rival or it's TCU, perhaps. Just to pick a name out of the blue, TCU, you got to beat everybody.